Good evening, everyone. It is a nice 79 degrees here in Round Lake, Illinois, and as requested, this is a video of the latest and final revision of the head units we will be selling for the Mazda 3 and Mazda Speed 3. So as you can see, like advertised on our website, the layout on the front of the unit is identical. You have the menu button, the FM, AM, the mute, the seek buttons, the GPS redirect button, your volume and tuning knob. Above the touchscreen, you'll see briefly or fadedly lit there is the DVD/CD-ROM tray, and above that you'll see the functioning LCD screen, which, unlike some of the other units we sold prior, actually shows function just like it would with the factory radio. So your temp controls work, your radio and display functions work, the clock works just fine. It syncs up with the head unit just like the factory one would. What I've got pictured here is the actual radio screen. It shows all your presets, which you can function through here using the change buttons on your steering wheel controls, which is what I'm doing right now. If you back up to the home screen, here's your main menu showing some of the other functions that the head unit can do. So you have the radio here, the DVD, the GPS, your SD card. If you're not active on the screen, it'll change back to whatever your active function is. You can back up and go to your settings here, change some of your calibration, including the clock, your steering wheel controls, and the actual logo. So let me focus back in on that. If you go to the GPS function, which is what we'll do now, we've already preloaded the GPS software onto it. You have the ability to watch movies, play music from a memory card from the SD card, the second slot, and do a photo slideshow from here. But the most interesting feature you'll want to play with is, of course, the navigation. The units we sell now come with what is called iGo. You can find out more about that software online at the iGo website. It takes a little bit to load here. It loads all off the included SD card. You'll have to run the install file initially, but once you do that, everything will be good to go. So we'll let that load here. And pretty simple, just to give you a brief demonstration. We'll go out to the map here by touching map. It shows that we're in Los Angeles. It's in demo mode right now. We're obviously not in Los Angeles, but that's basically what your 2D display would look like. So we're going to go back out to the menu. You can change your settings here, including some of your basic map functions. You can set up your route planning, whether you want 3D or 2D view. And you can also find your locations by clicking Find up there. Pretty basic stuff. Back out of that, you'll go to the menu. If you want to basically use your aux input jacks, you'll do so here from the AV in. If you want to read media such as movies and music from the SD card, you'll do so from there. Let's see, the Bluetooth function, you'll click on that there. Really simple stuff. It'll sync up to any phone or Bluetooth device where you can play music and do all your phone calls from. Your microphone's up here in the corner by that DVD button. The unit has a front USB port. You can access any sort of USB, like memory card. You can access files off that by clicking that button there. So, and as I said, if you're not active on the screen long enough, it'll take you back to the last used function. If you go to DVD here, it's also where you'll play your regular discs from. It'll load what's ever in the tray. And we're going to let it do that. Alright, as you can see, as you're playing a music CD, or an audio DVD or an audio CD of any sort, it'll give you this nice graphical display, the equalizer here. It's more than just eye candy, it actually does work. It actually, goes along with the music. So we'll back out of that. While you're at the menu screen, it's going to continue playing music, which is kind of a nice feature. Some of the older units didn't do that. If you want to change some of your settings, just to give you an idea of how to do that, we're going to go back here. Okay, go into your settings menu. Really basic stuff. You can change the default language. You can turn your GPS voice on and off. You can turn the beep on and off, which this unit has. The beep has been turned off. If you want some tactile response, some audible response from when you touch the screen, you would turn the beep on. Clock settings here. Your touchscreen calibration you would do here. You could just back out of that. So nothing too exciting with that. You can outside of the calibration, you can change the audio settings. You can change your bass and treble. There are ways you can also change the loudness of the individual functions, such as the Bluetooth, as well as the stereo. You have the ability to hook up a CD changer there. You would use that function for that. The aux input, you could use any variety of things. The unit does have a wide variety of aux inputs on the back through standard RCA jacks. You could do a backup camera. You could hook up your iPod or other MP3 player through that. I personally have an iPhone, so I do the Bluetooth music. It comes across sounding really good. If you did want to hook up another device, though, you would use that AV in function there. That pretty much sums up the capabilities of the unit. I've shown you the disc playing, the radio, the GPS, how to access some of the various functions, an example of the graphical user interface. One of the nice things is if you're driving at night and the screen gets to be a little distracting, you'll hold down the mute button. That will leave the radio or whatever you have active, and that will take you and leave the screen dark. So therefore, it won't distract you while you're driving. Tap mute to bring that back up. And like I said, as you can see, right now we're playing the radio. The radio station will show up on the top bar, so it will interact with the top bar just fine. That pretty much sums up the capabilities of the unit. If you have any other questions, feel free to give me an email, protegegarage@gmail.com. Send a message to the site. We will be offering the units with and without GPS from this point forward, and there will be a discount on the units if you choose not to have the GPS software installed. So take you back out to the main screen. That pretty much is the unit. The fit and finish is, as always, and has been excellent. The quality of the plastic is OEM grade, so it does match quite nicely. I'll see if I can get some light in here. As you can see, the fit is really good. It goes just fine along the seam with the dash. Doesn't tend to bulge out. Lines up with the factory HVAC controls perfectly, and the amber illumination is dead on with the rest of the car. So if you have any other questions, or if there's anything else you feel you need to know about the unit, don't hesitate to ask. I or one of my other experienced individuals will be more than happy to address any and all concerns and questions you have with the unit. Thanks again.